As you watch the different parenting styles, you would have noticed a huge difference in approach to the same situations. Throughout this course, we aim to nudge you gently towards becoming more like the backbone parent, the firm, fair and friendly parent coach. As often as they can, backbone parents use a negotiating style with their child rather than just barking orders. This isn't in any way surrendering your authority. Rather, it lets the child know that you want to hear their opinion on a topic. Hey mate, the garage needs sweeping. I'd like it done before the end of the day. When do you think you could do that for me? Perhaps while they're getting the hang of this, it's good to limit options. Would you like to sweep the garage now, or when you've finished that video game? When you're giving instructions this way, you really do it in a manner which says, I really want to take your wishes into account, but the job has to be done. A backbone parent is proactive rather than reactive. That means you get in first with your parenting. Think ahead about what issues might be coming up, rather than just react. Naturally, some things are always going to surprise you, but this course is going to really help you anticipate what's around the corner. We're going to give you lines that will pop into your head that you can use when your kids push your buttons, because you'll get a chance to practice them in this course. You'll be amazed to hear how you respond. Instead of blowing up, you'll hear yourself saying things like, hey, this isn't working. Or, this is a problem, what do you reckon we can do about it? Because you'll have these lines preloaded and ready to roll, you'll find that you'll be able to change your whole tone of parenting. Remember, keep a lilt in your voice. You raise the issues rather than your child cornering you at a time when you can't think it all through clearly. The family meeting is perhaps your best tool for this. We'll talk about that later.
Despite the chaos they tend to create, children do get a sense of safety from structure and routine. Believe it or not, around about 6 or so they come to love rules and rosters. Use the family meeting to negotiate so they have a sense of being part of the decision process. Then put up charts so every child knows exactly what they have to do and when they have to do it. I'm sure you've all got bedtimes for your kids, but actually you probably need more than that. Rather than just having a bedtime, have a chart with a sequence of events that happen when a child heads off to bed. They need a off to get ready for bedtime, and in bed and quietly reading time, and the lights out and I don't want to see you again until morning time. These evening rituals, which you will be part of with your storytelling, debriefing talk and prayers, will help settle your kids down so they can sleep. Mornings can be even more chaotic, and here chores need to be sorted out so everyone knows exactly what has to be done. You'll have an exercise on this in a later session. We all love surprises, but without some predictability, life's just too stressful. Without routines, you have to tell every child every time you want them to do something. Once a routine's in place, they'll hopefully do it with very little reminding. And the predictability gives your child a sense that they're in a team. They're a functioning part of the larger whole, that they belong, and this gives them real strength.
Psychologists who study child development agree that it's in these early school years that children develop their conscience, that internal compass that bothers them when they do wrong and gives them a sense of honour when they choose to do right. This guide is God-given, but it does need to be tuned. They will already know by your example and training how to behave properly, but in these years they need to learn the principles and reasons behind that behaviour, why the right thing is right and the wrong thing is wrong. During the school years, their motives for doing the right thing will change. At first they'll do it because it pleases you, and your pleasure is a powerful reward for them. But hopefully that will mature into a desire to do the right thing because it's the right thing to do. They will do it because it pleases them to agree with their conscience. They will reward themselves. Your rules and values and the rules and values of your child's school will play a big part in setting up this valuable foundation of their character. But remember, they have other influences as well, their television culture and their peer group culture. They also have rules and values. This peer pressure is not as strong as it will be during the teenage years, but it's still an important influence. Young children are impressionable. Things they see, hear and do have an effect, and not all of those effects are good. Parents, you love your kids more than the TV does. You love them more than their friends, and so you do have the right, the duty in fact, to screen the influences on your child.